Okay, welcome viewers to Sports Focus, the media edition of this program on Tikpan TV. We'll be going for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
For weddings, engagements, funerals, and outdoor events, look no further than Tikpan TV Production. We do photo shoot, photo editing, video editing, content creation, TV advertising, graphic designing, motion graphics, music video shoot, and social media live streaming of church services. Are you a man of God and need a platform to be heard on social media? Tikpan Production brings you live telecast of your preachings from our studios on your social media handles. Call 055 77 80365 for bookings or locate Tikpan Studio at Pasa Kwabnana Boo's residence. Tikpan Production, bringing ideas and plans to life.
Welcome viewers to Sports Focus. This is the maiden edition. I'm your host, Rona Teves for short. And with me in the studio is Mr. Martin Kumoji, a health worker from the Pasa District Health Center. Today we are going to discuss footballers using drugs to enhance their performance in the games. Mr. Kumoji, you are welcome.
Thank you, boss.
Thank you very much for honoring our invitation. Today we are looking at drugs in sporting activities. And I'm very sure you've heard of some. So we'd like to know some of the reasons why they do use drugs in their sporting activities.
All right, thank you very much. Before we look at the reasons why they use drugs, we want to look at what the drugs do in the first place. So when we talk about substance abuse or drug abuse, is when somebody takes in a substance to alter the natural functioning of the body. So definitely, if somebody takes drug before performing, it means it's going to alter some functionings, which will help the person in a way. So from the start, we can talk about entertainers who are musicians. Most of them are shy. So they try to take drugs to take away the shyness when they are in front of a huge crowd. Likewise, you have these sports people too, who are also shy at a point. So that will be the first point of call for the sports people. Maybe they are shy. Then the other issue too can be the reason of wanting to outwit the other opponent with a very, how do I say it, with a good performance. So it's used to enhance the performance of the athlete or the sports person. So these are the main reasons. One, to take away shyness in front of the crowd. Then two, to also enhance performance to outwit the opponent.
But that is just by the way. But today, the actual thing, we want to know the effects, the long term and the short term. We want to know the effect on those drugs on the players. Do they have some effects?
A lot. A lot. They have a lot of effects.
Is it positive or negative?
Well, you know, when you look at the reason why the person takes the thing, you might see some positivity inside. But talking about the negative side is more than the positive aspect. So looking at the negative side, you asked of short term and long term. Let's talk about the short term first. So if you take a drug or you dope yourself in a tournament, what's going to happen is that you might get aggressive. Because you are not working within your limits, you are going beyond your limits. And when you get aggressive, you can hurt the opponent. So you are going to put somebody's career on hold, or maybe you are taking the person out of career just because of the enhancement you took. Those are some of the immediate effects. We can also talk about nervousness of the person who has taken the drug. So on the pitch or whatever you are doing as a sports person, you need concentration. But the drug you take can let you lose focus and concentration on the game. It can also make you weak at a point, because at that moment that you have taken it, you might be overworking the body. For instance, how the heart has to work is going to be more than the normal thing. So the heart itself can shut down whilst you're even on the pitch. Even when it comes to respiration too.
So when the heart shuts down, it directly means you are dead. Because I know the heart.
Yes. You can die at that point, or maybe get into coma, where maybe you can be resuscitated later. But looking at our setting, You know, I want to go back to something that happened to Drogba some time ago.
Yes.
He got crashed with the goalkeeper.
Yes, in the air, he landed.
Very good.
He collapsed.
Very good. Immediately, there was an ambulance.
Yes.
The medical team were on point.
Okay.
So we didn't hear anything bad.
Okay.
But if it should
just
happen,
like the Ericsson guy too.
That's the issue.
Okay.
Do you get it? But if you are in our locality here,
okay.
you take a drug, you overweight the heart,
okay.
you get fainted on the pitch. Do we have the system to support you?
To support,
so
which we don't.
Very good. You can die at that moment.
Okay.
Your breathing can also cease because some of these drugs, as we've said, will let you overwork the body.
Okay.
And one thing too we should take note of is that we don't do medicals.
Okay.
To know the problems each and everyone has before doing a sports. Okay, if even it's at the national level, it's not that okay in our district here. So assuming you have a respiratory problem, you don't even know about it.
Yes.
And you take a drug that will go and worsen the situation. Maybe somebody is asthmatic. Okay, you go and take a drug that is going to narrow the airway and it's going to cause you problems. So those are the immediate effects.
What about the long term?
The long term, it's, you know, it can let you lose a whole lot of things in your body. Because when you keep taking those drugs, the liver has to control the amount of toxins that enters you and take the toxins out before it supplies to the body. The more you take those energy, how do I say it, those drugs to work, you destroy the liver. So if you destroy the liver, it means you've opened the gateway for toxins to enter the blood. If toxins enter the blood, the kidney has to also filtrate those toxins. But when the liver reduces the toxins or even takes them out, the kidney becomes free to work. In this case, you have allowed the toxins to enter the kidney. So you are going to have kidney stones. At the moment, as time goes on, your kidney is going to get damaged and you'll be getting kidney failure. You get kidney failure, it means the whole system is fault. Do you understand it? Another long-term effect is going to be like you can have mental health issues. Because the drugs are going to let you act in a way that is not normal. You'll be destroying your brain cells in the first place. Most of these drugs too, they depress the nervous system, which coordinates the brain and the other parts of the body. So if the nervous system is destroyed,
then I don't think what you are doing is the right thing.
Do you get it? So those are some of the things that it can cause.
You see, there are so many drugs on the market which I wouldn't like you to mention them, the ones they know, because the moment you add some, they may go and find out.
That's it.
Okay, very much. Thank you very much. And we'll be going for a quick commercial break. When we return, I would like us to look at ways of stopping these activities of drugs on the market for every player to use. Yes, I want us to look at that just after the break.
That's okay.
Thank you very much.
For weddings, engagements, funerals, and outdoor events, look no further than Tikpan TV Production. We do photo shoot, photo editing, video editing, content creation, TV advertising, graphic designing, motion graphics, music video shoot, and social media live streaming of church services. Are you a man of God and need a platform to be heard on social media? Tikpan Production brings you live telecast of your preachings from our studios on your social media handles. Call 055-7780-365 for bookings or locate Tikpan Studio at Pasa Kwabnana Boo's residence. Tikpan Production, bringing ideas and plans to life. For weddings, engagements, funerals, and outdoor events, look no further than Tikpan TV Production. We do photo shoot, photo editing, video editing, content creation, TV advertising, graphic designing, motion graphics, music video shoot, and social media live streaming of church services. Are you a man of God and need a platform to be heard on social media? Tikpan Production brings you live telecast of your preachings from our studios on your social media handles. Call 055 77 80365 for bookings or locate Tikpan Studio at Pasa Kwabnana Boo's residence. Tikpan Production, bringing ideas and plans to life.
Welcome back, my cherished viewers, and we are very happy about what we've heard so far. And I'm very sure you are in the house and you are learning a lot. If any of your brothers is doing it, the doctor has said it, and we all know what is happening. So right now, we have to go back to the doctor and look at ways of stopping that activity in our players. Mr. Kumaji, you are welcome once again.
Thank you.
I would like us to look at ways of stopping it.
All right. But before we continue, I have to make a point of correction.
Okay.
I'm a nurse.
Okay.
A mental health nurse.
Okay.
All right.
My viewers, he has made a correction as the mental health nurse from the district health center. Thank you very much, Mr. Kumai.
All right. So the question was about how we can stop it. All right. You know, a lot of efforts have been made to stop the whole issue.
Okay.
But if I should mention, you see, some of these drugs, they came to do a good thing.
Okay.
It's just that people are abusing
it. Okay.
You understand?
Okay. I understand perfectly.
It's the abuse.
Okay.
For instance, some of them that we know that we don't want to mention here,
okay,
they are very good painkillers.
Okay.
But in one way or the other, people got to know that if they are taking in a higher quantity, they could do the things that we are mentioning here.
Okay.
And that was what happened.
Okay.
So a lot of things have been done to stop the abuse.
Okay.
For instance, pharmacies alone are expected to sell those medications.
Thank you.
But it has come down to, excuse me to say, the drugstores and the drug peddlers.
Okay.
They are having them in their concession. So what's happening is that the pharmacy council should be up and doing.
Okay.
Because my dad owned a drugstore, and at a point in time they come around. Those days they will come and check
whether
you are selling the right medications or not.
Okay.
Because the pharmacies have a higher level than the drugstores.
Okay.
The pharmacies have pharmacists
who
are well trained.
Yes.
Okay, to know what goes into whom. The pharmacies have been regulated to only give drugs that have been written from the hospitals.
Okay.
The drugstores are just over-the-counter drugs.
Okay.
Somebody is having a small problem, a health problem, he goes there and buys. So what can be done to stop all these things is that the pharmacy council should be up and doing in the first place, because most of these drugs that are being abused are bought from the drugstores.
Okay.
So if they should regulate their system well, make sure the drugstores do not have those stocks. People cannot get them.
I'm just happy like our viewers may be listening and will be listening. And you see, what I want us to do now is like the pharmacy is like a bigger option, because in Pasa per se is the drug peddlers.
Okay.
Yes. So like, what do we do about those people?
That is another big question to answer. It all goes back to authorities.
Okay.
I quite remember when the drug issue started in Pasa.
Okay.
We started engaging the security forces.
Okay.
We started engaging them. One thing that can help us too is the local leaders or elders.
Okay.
They have authority.
Okay.
It's quite unfortunate that sometimes when issue happens in some localities and you arrest people, you find our big people in the towns and coming to lead.
That is one thing I don't understand about.
It is destroying us.
It's not everywhere, but like it's more in Pasa.
Probably.
Almost everybody is related to one big person.
That is the issue.
I'm not getting that concept well.
So you make the system weak.
Okay.
If I should go and report maybe a quack doctor or a drug peddler to the police and is arrested, are the community elders or leaders ready to support the system?
Yes.
So if it happens and the person feels like, okay, when it happened, I went to see this big man and I was my son was released, it will continue.
Okay.
So the system is not helping in a way. When the regulatory bodies will work,
Okay.
Maybe our local elders or leaders should also support it, because it is destroying the same youth we are protecting.
Thank you. And there's one thing I always want. Let's look at it from the perspective of the teams.
Okay.
I was looking at if the health sector can just organize a workshop.
Work. Now back to the team itself.
Okay.
You know, in one of the years, Maradona scored a goal.
Yeah.
And he went to face the camera. So the doctors who assessed the video saw that his eyes were not normal.
Yes.
He had dilated pupils and all that. They took him on, did the test, and it was positive. So for me, if you're a team manager, you should know your players.
Yes.
When there is no match, how is their performance? When there is a game, how is their performance? It's sad. I listened to one old coach.
Okay.
He said on radio that at the time he was coaching, I don't want to mention the team, and he bought marijuana for his player, and the player performed well that day and took man of the match.
Okay.
He never said that thing. He has come to say it on radio. National Sports Authority heard that. If it's somewhere, anything that coach has won will be taken away.
They have to.
So what he has done, no action has been taken. So if I'm a team manager now, okay, so marijuana can let my player perform.
It's better we do it for them.
That is it. So we live in a system that we let things just go. Yes. So if you're a team manager, know your players.
Okay.
You should be concerned about this drug issue.
Yes.
If your player is acting in a certain way, and you know yourself that you have not bought anything for the player, call the player.
Okay.
Talk to the player.
Okay.
Let the player confirm it. Let us educate the player on the effects, like how we are doing now. Okay. It will help you now and weak you tomorrow.
I don't know whether we can also do this one where your team can move from training ground to training ground.
That would be fine.
Yes, so that a surprise visit to each training ground.
That will be fine.
You allow them to voice out their feelings. Then you educate them on like the effect of the drugs.
All right. It's allowed double.
Okay.
So now that you are already a sports person in town, we want you to link up with us.
Okay.
So that we just go into our homes. We don't move out unless you have something to buy.
I swear.
Yeah. So I heard you talking last time about matches going around.
Yes.
Sometimes I should come and
observe.
Yeah. So I think it has become a concern.
Thank you.
And most of us left our parents and the rest to come and work.
Yes.
So if it will help the work, why not?
Okay.
We also buy our time and make sure it happens.
Thank you very much for honoring our invitation once again. This is the maiden edition of Sports Focus. My viewers, you've all heard what is happening, and we know that you've learned a lot this morning. I'll be very happy if you can all stay away from the drugs. Mr. Kumoji, I don't know whether you have any last words for your fans or your workers out there.
Sure. So before I go on to anything else, please, the drugs will destroy you later. It's just a misconception. Okay. If you're a footballer, well, some of us were athletes when we were in school.
Yes.
I want to say this before we go. I remember in SHS, I'm a 4x4, 400 meters run. So when I ran to the last curve, I always got weak. Okay. So what I did was I improved on my training. Okay. So we had intercore. Okay. And I did it. Yes. Because I came to see that there was something I should do. Okay. Those times we didn't have drug issues and all that, so it was pure performance. Yes. So what I want to tell the players is that if you listen to the life stories of Cristiano Ronaldo, he eats well. He doesn't even take alcohol. He doesn't take alcohol. Yes. He doesn't have tattoos on his body. He doesn't go the flashy way. That is the issue. So if it is about time, look, work on yourself. Forget about drug. You get the results. We will be happy to see a footballer from Pasa playing in the Premiership. Thank you very much. A footballer from Pasa playing outside. You know this Afinajan guy? Yes. It was just a school in Dakar. Yes. An agent saw him and that was it. So if you are using a drug and an agent sees you, you get to justify yourself. You couldn't get the drug. You are going to disgrace yourself. So please let us work on our physique and the drug will be out. All right. So to the whole team in Nkwanta North District, the whole health team, from Director Aziz, the public health nurse, Mr. Elolo, Erasmus, everybody at the DHD, my mental health people, Pentecost Clinic, Pasa Health Center, Azua, Damanko, CB. Let us do this and help the system. Let us educate them. We can't do much, but I think our education can also help. So to every health worker in the district, we thank you all for your efforts, and we hope that we keep supporting ourselves.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much. And my cherished viewers, this is where we draw the curtains down. But before we go, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, go to our Facebook channel, and like our pages. Thank you very much for watching. This is the first edition, which is the maiden edition of Sports Focus on Tikpan TV, the hottest sports show to be with you forever and ever. We pray that we meet tomorrow again at this same hour, at this same time, with a different issue, but something that will help you to understand what you do in the sporting activity. Thank you very much.